Every automotive YouTuber has their thing. Doug finds those quirks, Savage Geese has engineering, and Hoovie's Garage buys the cheapest example he can find and prays the check engine light doesn't come on during the test drive. Which brings us to this. This is a 2008 Ferrari 430 Scuderia, but with a twist. I would consider this the Hoovie's Garage spec because this Scuderia has a rebuilt title from a front-end accident, making it quite possibly the cheapest way to own this unbelievable Ferrari street-legal track car. There are two types of people that buy Ferraris. There are the purists who look for concourse museum condition Ferraris, who park them in their garage and look at their values like the New York Stock Exchange. And then there are people who buy Ferraris to drive them. And if you're the latter, this might be for you. Today, we're going to spend some time with this absolutely stunning Scuderia. Although this thing only has 11,000 miles, its rebuilt title leads me to believe that once this thing goes up on Bring a Trailer, it's going to be at a steep discount, which is an interesting opportunity for an enthusiast who wants to get into one of these and actually drive it. Now, before we get behind the wheel of this 430 Scuderia, let's just talk about some things that make the Scuderia different over the traditional F430. Aside from the fact that Ferrari dropped the F on the name. If you happen to know why, let us know in the comments. More aggressive aero up front, bigger vents up here, vents on the side, and believe it or not, the stripes are actually OEM. You can option without the stripes, but the majority of these Scuderias that I've seen do have the stripes. You've also got carbon ceramic brakes standard. I think these are like 16.25. Huge brakes. Ferrari managed to save about 200 pounds over the standard F430, and that wasn't all weight savings just from removing the F. It all came from things like carbon fiber anywhere you look, and the rear engine cover being made of a material called Lexan, which is lighter than glass. Performance? Ferrari managed to get about an extra 25 horsepower out of this naturally aspirated 4.3 liter V8. This thing sounds absolutely wonderful, and looking at it back here is just, it's a piece of art. I'm really excited for you guys to hear this one. This does have an upgraded exhaust as well, and man, does it sound absolutely wonderful. Once you have perfected getting in and out of the Scuderia, and you get to sit inside this thing, you'll be reminded more often than not that this is not a regular F430. This thing is meant for the track. I think Ferrari corporate sat around a table and said, how do we get our race car to have license plates? And this was the answer. Inside, there's not luscious leather everywhere. Instead, you have mesh, carbon buckets. This specific Scuderia, I'm wondering if it was optioned a certain way, but I noticed when looking at others, these footwells around the doors, they usually have exposed welds. These actually have leather over them, which does make it feel a little bit more luxurious to my surprise. What's really impressive is every time you open the door panels are just solid carbon fiber, and it is just a piece of art looking at this thing. And to my surprise, Ferrari elected to still put air conditioning in this thing, which I can appreciate because it's hot as shit today, and it actually works. So I'm glad that they didn't choose to do the aircon delete that a lot of manufacturers do when they make a track spec. There's no carpet in here, no sound deadening. It is one with you and the road, and that's how Ferrari got a lot of this weight reduction. These seats, they're actually really nice once you get in them, and you are not going anywhere. behind the wheel of the 430 Scuderia. This thing is absolutely insane, guys. I cannot wait for you guys to hear how wonderful that naturally aspirated 4.3 liter V8 sounds. It is so intoxicating. While we are driving out to some of the back roads, I'll give you guys a little history and insight into the 430 Scuderia. Of course, the Scuderia is the lightweight track variant of the F430. It preceded the 360 Stradale, and the market is really starting to finally appreciate these things like they should. Man, this is an unbelievable car. It makes about 25 or 30 horsepower more over the traditional F430, and there's also about 200 pounds of a weight savings. This does have Ferrari's F1 gearbox, which is a single clutch automatic or automated manual, however you want to look at it. And I would say this is the best single clutch I've ever driven. The traditional F430, I think, shifts about 150 milliseconds. Ferrari got this all the way down to 60 milliseconds, which is really impressive for a single clutch gearbox like this. I would, however, never drive this thing in automatic mode. Kind of like the V12 Vantage with that single clutch gearbox. If you can't anticipate the gear shifts, you're going to be like leaning forward all the time as the vehicle lets off to shift. Because really, you do want to drive this thing like a manual. Factory shift light on the steering wheel, pretty sweet. Column mounted carbon fiber paddles, very satisfying to knock off shifts. Oh my god, that sound, guys. Wow. Unbelievable. And because there's no sound deadening and carpet, this thing is raw. It's visceral. It belongs on a racetrack. My hair's already standing up, guys, and we haven't even really gotten into it yet. Holy cow, guys. Unbelievable. Some little Easter eggs in here, kind of funny. If you know why this is like this, let me know, unless it's just like old Ferrari carryover. When you put your turn signal on, there's not an individual turn signal light. There's a single light that comes on that just says, you've got a signal on, good luck figuring out which one. I think that's pretty funny. Also, this thing has a single den head unit from the factory. It's probably the only single den head unit I've ever seen that manages to shove navigation into it, which was pretty funny. You don't buy this vehicle for technology, but I can appreciate that Ferrari attempted to do that. And although the theme in here is weight reduction, they did still give us a radio with some speakers in the center behind us here. And as I mentioned earlier, actual air conditioning that does work, which I can appreciate today because it is hot and muggy here in St. Louis. This vehicle doesn't have the snow mode selector here on the wheel. Unlike the regular 430, this just has race and sport and then some additional traction settings. We'll put it in race, but we are going to leave traction control on. Oh. Guys, the sound, and I almost like the drama of this single clutch gearbox. It just feels so mechanical and raw. It's almost like it's angry that you're not shifting wide open. Wow. So as I mentioned, this is a pretty unique Scuderia because it has a rebuilt title from a front end collision. I'll toss up a photo of the damage. which means I expect this thing, when it goes on Bring a Trailer, to trade at a pretty steep discount when compared to a clean title one, which makes an interesting opportunity for an enthusiast who might want to get into one of these who doesn't have collector Ferrari money. Quite frankly, I think Hoovie with Hoovie's Garage needs to buy this. Hit me up, Tyler, if you want it. Tag him in the comments below. Oh my gosh. Brakes are wonderful, as you'd expect. Carbon ceramics. You can stop on a dime. It's planted. It points and goes. It goes exactly where you point it. And man, does it just want to go. Holy cow. The roads will open up a little bit more later. This is the kind of single lane part without a double line, so I gotta be careful here around all these blind spots. You really know you're driving something special when you're sitting in this thing. I think I read somewhere that the F430 doesn't have italicized numbers on the gauge cluster, like on the tachometer, but on the Scuderia they're italicized, because I guess maybe you're going so fast that they're angled. I don't know. Oh man, let's let this car get out in front of us a bit here, since there's nobody behind us, and they're already braking. Maybe there's a deer or something. Oh, first that rev match. Oh my god, the knockoffs on the shifts, they're orgasmic, guys. This is quite possibly the greatest sports car I've ever driven of this caliber. You know, I drive slow cars and I drive crazy fast cars. This thing fits right in the middle, like just the top end of usable power. I haven't broken traction in this thing yet. It hasn't felt unsafe to drive, but it's a ton of performance, right? We've all heard the saying, it's more fun to drive a slow car fast than it is to drive a fast car slow. This is about as fast as you can get in that, I don't want to say slow car in, but you get what I'm trying to say. This isn't 700, 800 horsepower that you can't put down. This is 500 usable horsepower with that symphony behind you. No turbos, no hybrid bullshit. A lot of people think that the 458 was kind of the end of the Ferrari era of like driver-focused vehicles, because it was the last NA V8. I've always had an attraction towards the 360 and the 430 because I think they're just more raw. And the 430 is more technologically advanced and more performance than the 360, yet it's not this big electronic-focused beast yet. It feels raw and analog as it can still. So this 430 is on loaner to us from RP Exotics. They're a dealer here just outside St. Louis, Missouri, and this thing will soon be going up on Bring a Trailer. I'll put a link in the description so you can follow along on the auction once it goes live. Like I said, I expect this thing to be a pretty interesting watch given its history. You know, if a rebuilt title is done right and you've got the receipts to back it up and proof of the accident and everybody's honest about it, it's a good fit for somebody who's interested in taking on that, right? I'm by no means a Ferrari expert, but I've spent quite a bit of time with this thing, and you know, if you wouldn't have told me it's a rebuilt title, I can't tell. You know, I've looked at the body panels and the paint, and it all seems to line up really good. So I'm sure the selling dealer has the specifics on dates and costs and all that fun stuff. Tell you what, you can't see my side view mirrors, but man, is that a sexy view. These carbon fiber mirrors, and then their huge rear hips with those big old vents. It reminds me of the big 911 hips that we all love. ever driven. Unbelievable. Well, guys, I'm without words. As you might expect, this is unbelievable. If you're interested in this specific 2008 430 Scuderia, I'll put the Bring a Trailer link in the description once it goes live. My name is Scott. You've been watching the Carrera Cafe. I'm a one-man show. I review cars like this, as well as share the experiences of the vehicles I have in my garage. I've got an 85 3.2 Carrera, an 83 380 SL, a 958 Cayenne Turbo, and a Lexus GX460 that I make content about. And then we've got a dealer here in town who lets us drive vehicles like this. If you enjoy content like this, please like, subscribe, comment, come along for the journey, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.